Right now, Coach is the most popular handbag brand in the world. Its best-selling handbags like the Tabby, Brooklyn shoulder bag, Empire carry-all, and the Kislock bag has pushed the brand to the top of the world. From top celebrities to common people, everybody aspires to own at least one Coach bag in their closet. The quality in the luxury industry has been nosediving like a TikToker's attention span. But Coach's quality has been getting better and better, like fine wine. Not only that, its playful, funny designs combined with bold colors have made both young and old women to fall in love with the brand. But Coach wasn't always like this flashy and popular. Its humble beginnings date back to 1941 when six ordinary leather artisans started the leather brand in a dusty small Manhattan building loft with just $4,000. But now, like in last year alone, Coach made over $5 billion in sales. So how did Coach went from our mom's and grandma's favorite handbag brand to becoming Gen Z's mad obsession? In this video, we're gonna see how Coach used these genius strategies to become the billion-dollar brand that you and I know today. To understand the whole picture, let's go back to 1941. Trouble was brewing in the US as this batshit crazy mustache man has turned Europe into a living hell. But in New York, six other guys were like, screw the chaos, let's make the best men's wallet on the planet. So they scraped together $4,000 from four investors, like each investing like $1,000. And boom, Gay Leather Products is born in a loft of a Manhattan building. But just when they thought they were onto something, bam, Pearl Harbor gets attacked by Japan and America enters World War II in the December of 1941. And suddenly, most of their future customers are in trenches, fighting a deadly war. That sales tank and their small leather brand is on the brink of collapse. But as the world came to peace in 1945, things slowly started getting better and better for Gay Leather Products, and their high-quality handmade leather wallet sales slowly started rising. Out of these four investors, one of the investors' son named Miles Khan, a leather expert, took charge to run the factory for its owners. In 1960, Khan noticed something cool and unique about the Kuwait leather used in most of the baseball gloves. The more you use the Kuwait leather gloves, the softer and more comfortable the glove becomes. And immediately, a light bulb went off his head and he was like, wait a minute. Like, why not use the Kuwait leather in the making of men's leather wallets, as it will become comfortable as time passes by. So they start producing men's wallet made of Kuwait leather, and soon it became a hit in the market. But the Khans had big ideas and even bigger ambitions. In 1961, the Khans bartered all the three investor shares and became the sole owners of the family-run business. They immediately changed the brand's name from Gay Leather Products to Coach Leatherware Company. They did this because they want the brand to be closely associated with class, high quality, and craftsmanship, like the real Coach. Miles Khan's wife, Lillian Khan, suggested that, why don't we make leather purses and handbags for women like we make leather wallets for men? For that, her husband replied with a big nope. But Lillian wasn't gonna give up that easily. She kept on pleading and pleading to her husband to make leather purses and handbags for women, and finally her husband gives in and gives the green light to produce leather handbags and purses for women. But little did the couple know that this small step that they took will turn their small family business into a billion-dollar global empire. But to make high-quality bags with great design, you need a great designer, right? And this is where a designer named Bonnie Cashin comes in. But she isn't your average designer she is a more-than-life character, as she was one of the designers who designed the US Army uniforms for women during the World War II. After that, she worked as a costume designer for 20th Century Fox and created costumes for about 60 films. Not only that, she also designed handbags for even Hermes at some point in her life. In 1962, Coach hired this superstar designer, and hiring her was such a game changer for Coach. She created iconic handbags like the shopping tote, the bucket bag, the shoulder bag, and the clutch tail purse with a removable shoulder strap. These bags are going to be modified and will be released in the future. But the core principles remain untouched: simplicity and practicality. During this period, she would make the tongue bag, which would be shrunk in 2019 and will be released as the Tabby, and now it has become an icon in the handbag world. In 1964, Cashin introduced a simple brass tone lock, which would become an iconic piece, and still it can be seen in many Coach vintage bags. Cashin served as Coach lead designer for 12 years from 1962 to 1974, and within this period, she created a remarkable collection of handbags that didn't rely on flashy decorations, shiny chains, or over-the-top embellishments. Instead, her designs deeply rooted in simplicity, practicality, and impeccable quality. She laid the very foundation of Coach, strong, enduring, and reinforced with timeless style and functional elegance. Now Coach stands as a leader in the handbag world, and it is definitely because of this creative diva. When Cashin joined Coach in 1962, it wasn't yet a very well-known leather goods brand, but by the time she left Coach in 1974, and within those 12 years, she did a complete makeover to the brand, like shirt giving tie a complete makeover, and Coach went from an unknown leather goods brand to a very well-known leather goods brand. And not only that, they were also raking in a few millions in profit every single year. Now let's talk about pricing. While European luxury brands like Gucci and Chanel handbags starting price were at a minimum $300 range, and the bigger ones can cost you over $1,000. But Coach's handbags, like look at these, its starting price was less than $30, and most of the handbags were priced at the $100 range, and the bigger ones cost you $150. If you are a person who wants a high quality leather bag and a brand name to show off and have a ton of money, you can buy Chanel or Gucci handbag. But if you are a budget queen who only wants a high quality, well-structured leather bag, well, Coach is the best option for you. Because of Coach's affordability, practicality, and its high quality, lots of American women fell in love with Coach. Soon, Coach coffers are flowing with cash, and Coach went from setting up his workshop in a loft of a Manhattan building, and now it was completely owning 4 floors of the same building by the early 1980s. The Khans, the owners of Coach, were so good to the customers, and if the customers asked for a tour of the Coach factory, they were generously given. And the Khans were not only good to the customers but also to their employees, as they always paid their employees much better wages when compared to his competitors' employees. But as Coach was rapidly expanding across America, this added a lot of stress for the Khans, who were also getting old now. So in 1985, the Khans got rid of Coach for good by selling the brand to Sara Lee Corporation for $30 million. And with that money, the Khans bought a massive 600-acre land in Pine Plains, New York, and started Coach farms to produce the purest dairy products. Until now, they're still doing it. I mean, unfortunately, the Khans have passed away, but it seems like that business is doing quite well, and it is still carrying their legacy. Now Coach, under the control of a billion-dollar corporation, and Sarah Lee was literally pouring in millions of dollars into the brand, and because of that, Coach handbags were seen in almost every major mall. Not only that, they also started opening their own stores. In just 1 year under Sarah Lee, Coach went from operating one store, and now it was operating 12 brand new stores, along with nearly 50 boutiques, larger department stores in major cities like New York, Newark, Houston, and LA. While Coach thrived in America, in Europe it was barely known when compared to European luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Chanel, who were very well known globally. But Coach wanted to be like them so freaking bad. So in 1986, Coach hired a brilliant designer with an incredible resume who had previously held key positions in Ralph Lauren and Tommy Hilfiger, and his name was Reed Krakoff. He came in and totally changed Coach's image forever. Before Reed, Coach was known as a very practical, functional handbag brand, but after Reed, Coach was known as a fashion-forward, affordable luxury handbag brand, as he emphasized more on style over practicality. He would go on to make other classy best-selling handbags, like in 2000 he released the Coach Legacy collection, where he took vintage Coach bags like the duffel sack and shoulder bag and completely modernized it. The next year he released the Signature collection, where its canvas were filled with its iconic sea print, so Coach can compete with Gucci and Louis Vuitton monograms. During the 2000s, Reed would go on to make the Soho and Hamptons bag, which would go on to become literal icons in Coach history. But Reed went beyond making handbags and purses. He went on to create accessories like scarves, watches, footwear, fragrances, eyewear, jewelry, and even ready-to-wear collection, transforming a brand once known for its leather goods into a full-on lifestyle brand. These actions brought in a great number of young customers. He was not only given the power to design Coach products, but also given the power over merchandising, advertising, and even designing Coach stores. In 2013, the legend would turn a $500 million American leather goods brand into a $5 billion global empire, departed Coach. Without Reed, Coach wouldn't be known the way you and I know Coach today, as an affordable luxury brand. Reed was succeeded by a British designer named Stuart Webers, who also had a fantastic resume, having previously worked with several big luxury brands like Calvin Klein, Bottega Veneta, Givenchy, Louis Vuitton, Mulberry, and Loewe. Weber's style was very fun and self-expressive, but his initial years at Coach wasn't easy, as Coach was struggling with brand dilution due to over-reliance on outlet sales and logo-heavy designs from the Reed Krakoff era. So Webers was given this humongous task to restore Coach's credibility as a luxury heritage brand, while at the same time to make the brand look more relevant to Gen Z. He drastically reduced the overt branding of the sea print and released handbags like the Coach Rogue bag, which look very simple but elegant. The next year, he would go on to release the Tabby, which became a viral sensation, and soon it became the Gen Z's it bag.
Tabby.
And this skyrocketed the brand's popularity. He would go on to create other iconic handbags like the Dreamer bag, Beat bag, Field tote, Cassie crossbody, and the Studio bag. Apart from these, he also made some really funny, goofy bags like the Bad Kisslock frame bag and the Dino Kisslock frame bag. Like, these bags literally serve no purpose, as these bags are too big and the storages are too small and definitely not practical at all. But these bags make the brand look cool and more welcoming to Gen Z. Introducing these funny silly bags has definitely made the brand look very colorful and attractive to Gen Z. Coach collaborated with big celebrities like Selena Gomez, Jennifer Lopez, and Michael B. Jordan. Not only that, they also collaborated with Disney and made some really cool stuff. This positioned the brand as the most popular, affordable, and accessible luxury brand in the world. From a modest Manhattan building loft in 1941, where 6 leather artisans crafted leather goods by hand, to now becoming a billion-dollar global brand and having stores all over the world, Coach's story is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and reinvention. Each chapter in his journey is marked by bold decisions, creative leaps, and a refusal to be defined by its past limitations. If you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.